Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com. Today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Mammoth 2-inch rear lift block kit available for the 02 to 08 Ram 1500, excluding the Mega Cab. You should be checking this out if you're looking to combat excessive squatting when towing or hauling heavier loads at the rear end, if you're looking to add a 2-inch rear lift kit to maybe combat or pair up with a front leveling kit that you may already have, and finally if you're looking to improve some weight distribution. Now this kit here from Mammoth adds 2 inches of rear height, which will bring that rear bed up just a little bit to accentuate the factory rake if you're on a factory suspension. Now if you've already picked up a front leveling kit, which is extremely common with truck owners, you may be looking to complete that and make it more of a full lift kit by adding 2-inch blocks at the rear as well. Now keep in mind guys, adding lift blocks to your Ram doesn't make a difference to fitting larger wheels and tires on your truck. Front end leveling kits can help you fit larger wheels and tires, but the rear lift blocks don't make a difference. Your rear end can fit larger wheels and tires naturally on a factory suspension, so it's not going to make a difference there. Our truck came with factory 33-inch tires, so we'll show you guys what this looks like on the stock wheels and tires that we have on our 07 Ram behind me, and I'll also pair it up with an aftermarket set of 33, some all-terrains, to show you guys what it looks like with a beefier tire as well, but again, doesn't make a difference to fitting larger wheels and tires. Finally, of course, if you're towing and hauling heavier loads, whether it be in the bed with a work truck, or if you're pulling a heavier trailer at the rear end, you already know that that can help squat down the truck at the rear and make for a little bit of a rougher driving experience. Adding that rear end height can combat the excessive squatting, bringing the back end up a little bit more to make it either the factory height or even a little bit higher than that depending on the load weight. Of course, that can make a difference to improving the driving and handling characteristics at the rear. This kit here from Mammoth is made from a laser cut steel. It's got a black powder coated or hammer toned finish on top to help with corrosion and rust resistance. We know steel is susceptible to rusting out, so having that coating on top is going to help take it a long way and of course make it last a lot longer, especially useful for guys located in wintry weather areas, seeing a lot of road salt, which we know can corrode the underbody components of a truck. Now keep in mind guys, this is a 1-to-1 ratio. Your physical block here is going to measure in at about 2 inches, giving you a 2-inch lift at the rear. It's not like the front leveling kits, which can be a little bit different in the ratio. So 2 inches of block equal 2 inches of height, 1-inch block equals 1-inch height, so on and so forth. Just keep that in mind. It also includes longer U-bolts. Because our factory truck didn't come with lift blocks at all, we're adding 2 inches of added material between our leaf springs and our rear axle. So adding larger or extended U-bolts goes a long way to helping make sure that this is installed properly, and nuts come along with that. With that said guys, price tag comes in right around 125 bucks. Install, I'm giving 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Anybody can tackle this in the driveway at home with about 2, maybe 3 hours from start to finish. I'll show you guys the process. Let's get started. Tools used in the install include an air impact gun, 21mm deep socket and ratcheting wrench recommended, and a pry bar. All right, step number 1, starting at the rear, we have the truck lifted on our lift here. Now obviously if you're working on the driveway at home, you want to make sure you're supporting it properly. I'm using 2 pole jacks to support the rear axle. We're going to be working on them simultaneously. First off, what we're going to do is take a 21mm wrench and a 21 socket. I'm using my air tools, and we're going to disconnect the bottom of the shock body. All right, so I'm going to use my 21 wrench on the bolt head, 21 socket on the nut on the other side, and get this guy off. All right, so what you do to one side, you're going to repeat for the other side, obviously. And what you may need to do is take some pressure off by lifting this guy up. And that's going to relieve the pressure on the bolt and allow you to slide it out. And from there, if you can, pull the shock out, but as we lower it, that guy is going to pop out eventually, so it would be fine. We're just going to leave it there for now. Repeat that on the other side. Next up, we're going to go to our U-bolts. Now, the factory axle does not have a factory lift block, so we're going to be adding something in between the leaf springs and the axle itself. In order to do that and lower it down enough, we have to remove the U-bolts facing upward. Now, this is the cradle here at the top. There's 4 nuts on each one of the U-bolts. We're going to remove those with our 21 socket next. Make sure you're supporting the axle at this point. All right, now I'm not going to remove it all the way just yet. I'm going to keep it on a couple of threads so it doesn't fall straight out. All right, once you have all 4 of those loose, support the U-bolt underneath, grab those nuts, and the U-bolt comes out. Set that aside. Do the same thing for the other one here. All right, first step of the install here, we have our 2-inch block. I'm gonna start on our passenger side again. Now you wanna make sure you have the little retaining knob or the pin down. There's a pin on the underside of your leaf springs as well that will seat at the open hole at the top end. You'll also notice that it's slightly slanted. You wanna make sure the larger side is facing the rear of the vehicle. Now at that point, if you haven't done so already, you wanna lower the axle just enough to slide this guy onto the pad. We're gonna slide that right in there, just like that. Seat the pin in the hole on top of the axle pad. Now we can start raising this up, making sure that the pin underneath of the leaf spring seats on top of the actual lift block. All right, so now you may need to lower one of the pole jacks on the other side in order to get it to angle properly, which it looks like that's what we're gonna have to do here, so that's what I'll do next. All right, so we're just raising this up to make sure it's angling the way that we need it to. And we're gonna keep going and get it to seat. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right, so now you can raise it up and connect them. I'm just trying to manipulate a little bit here. All right, from here we can put our U-bolts back through and that'll help close the gap. All right, so next up, take one of the longer U-bolts included in the kit. You're gonna put it up through the bottom, line it up to the hole in the top cradle, and push it the rest of the way through. At that point, you wanna take the new nuts included in the kit and throw those guys on. Now keep in mind, guys, the U-bolts themselves are powder coated, so it may struggle to go all the way down on the threading. You can either clean the threading up or just hammer them down. All right, do the same thing for the other U-bolt. All right, once you have all 4 nuts on, grab your 21mm deep socket and tighten those guys down. All right, next up, I'm gonna recommend grabbing a pry bar to help line up the shock. You may need to start prying up on it to get those bolt holes to line up. And then once you do, put the bolt back through. Put the nut on the other side, grab your 21 deep socket and wrench and tighten those down. All right, at this point, you can repeat that exact same process on the opposite side of our passenger side. Then of course, you wanna look up the specific torque specs for your make, model, and year, torque everything down to spec, and you're good to go. That's gonna wrap up my review and install for the Mammoth 2-inch rear lift kit block available for the 02 to 08 Ram 1500, excluding mega cabs. Get yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.